With the New South Wales election on the horizon, the Perrottet government has finally shown some guts. Matt Keane is a good bloke, lots of personality, gets on with people, but on policy, he's a green numpty. And Dominic Perrottet, on the Warragamba Dam issue, has run over him with the political truck. Now, they're both backing the common sense plan to raise the Warragamba Dam wall after years of procrastination and listening to woke green bureaucrats. A relief for the people of Western Sydney. In an op-ed published in Sydney's Daily Telegraph this morning, Perrottet has written in part, and I quote, "Droughts and flooding rains. In 4 immortal words, a 19-year-old Dorothea McKellar, writing in 1904, summarised the entire Australian weather system more succinctly and powerfully than anyone since. The poem," he said, "is a frank acknowledgement of the extremes of Australia's climate," unquote. Premier, perhaps you should tell your deputy Matt Keane to read the poem, because he reckons Australia's climate extremes are a product of carbon dioxide emissions from coal-fired power plants. The Premier went on, "The fact is our future will feature both extremes, drought and flooding rain, and government's responsibility is to alleviate the impact of both." Well, Premier, I must say you can do that simply by building other dams. But on Warragamba Dam, the Premier said, "This project is necessary to save lives and property. Raising the dam wall would lower flood levels downstream, give more time to evacuate, and decrease flood damage by more than 70% on average." He said, "It's the best option for a better future." Common sense stuff. The bad news is that it's years, if not decades, too late. And there's a long list of people to blame for holding it back for so long. Firstly, there's this Tim Flannery, the professor, who said that the rain that falls will never fill our dams. No wonder he's gone into hiding. Labor took his advice and decided to build expensive, foreign-owned desalination plants that cost us the earth. This was instead of building dams, which could have captured these floodwaters and stored them for the drought that will no doubt start in the next few years. Then there were the Aboriginal activists, apparently, quote, "registered Aboriginal parties in the area," unquote, "weren't consulted enough on the culturally significant sites," unquote, "that could be impacted by raising the dam wall." Well, I guess they forgot the 1,500 Indigenous people in the flood-affected suburbs of Jamistown, Emu Plains, Penrith, Windsor, Wilberforce, Pitt Town, Mulgoa, Londonderry and Castlereagh. Then there are the corporate activists, of course. IAG, QBE, the Insurance Council of Australia have all withdrawn their support for raising the dam wall, citing similar concerns about the destruction of the natural environment and culturally significant Indigenous sites. Well, Premier Perrottet has done the right thing. All I can say is that I hope it's not just pre-election talk, because a higher dam wall at Warragamba Dam is exactly what's needed. Now, as evidence of that, check out the rural town of Emerald, 832 kilometres northwest of Brisbane, 271 kilometres west of Rockhampton. In 1972, the Queensland Government constructed the Fairburn Dam across the Nagoa River, southwest of Emerald. The Greenies and the woke hadn't risen in 1972. The dam was built for irrigation and flood mitigation.